Hey guys. So today we are doing a bit of a pre-7E lesson. So the idea is the students who do really well at this difficult topic called annuities are the ones who actually really understand the idea behind it all. Okay, they're not just learning the maths, but they're actually understanding how it all works. So this exercise or this video is showing you that deep understanding, and it's not only going to be necessary or helpful for you to getting band 6, it's going to be helpful for you in real life, because this is how the real world works, and it's something that I never really learned about until I first bought my home last year. So as you know, I'm pretty straightforward with my loan and things with you guys, so you can understand how it all works. But basically, we know that my home loan is for $300,000. My interest rate is 2.98% per annum. It's compounded per fortnight. And the loan, they made it out over 25 years, which is usually about what a home loan is made out over. And I pay fortnightly repayments of $700. So the first thing I did was I turned that information, because it was compounded per fortnight, I turned it all into fortnights. So my rate, I divided up into 26 because it's 26 per fortnights per year, which gave me that new interest rate of 0.114615%. And my number of time periods, well, over 25 years, there's 650 fortnights in that. So the thing I'm going to show you is what the difference is between what we call a reducing balance loan, which is what banks use, thank goodness. It is a good thing. Also known as reducing interest loans or anything to do with those words. But then what it looks like versus a non-reducing balance loan. So the first thing is you'll see the exact same things written in both of these tables. You've got non-reducing balance over here and reducing balance. Now I will just point out reducing balance, it's the good one. And like I just said, it is actually the one the banks use. So let's have a look. What have I done? I said, okay, well, the initial value that this loan is $300,000. Yep. And then I've put it into my recurrence relation that we know about. So those formulas. So after the first fortnight, what do I have left owing on this loan? Well, it's the $300,000 times by the interest rate. Oops. Then take off my repayment. Okay, we've seen that before in the last few lessons. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, so after one fortnight, I owe $299,643.845 once they charged me interest and I paid my repayment. So all I did down here, which is this big bubble, oh, there we go, is I just worked out what interest, how much interest did I pay that fortnight? Because I know my interest rate, and if I just multiplied my interest rate by 300,000, forgetting about the repayment, I actually paid $343.845 in interest only. So that's how much I had to pay the bank every single fortnight for just having this loan. So the idea is, the second week, what's going to happen is, it's going to be my $299,000 that I have left owing. It's going to be charged that interest again of $343, and then I pay off the $700. Which gives me an answer of $299,287.69. So at the end of the first fortnight, I owe, this should be B2. The end of the second, I've already done the first. The end of the second fortnight, I owe $299,287.69. So then if I did at the end of the third fortnight, it would be that $299,287 it would be charged that interest again minus my repayment. And let's see what I get. And my answer is $298,931.535. So the idea is my interest doesn't reduce. Okay, the original interest amount was $343, and every single fortnight they charge me that every single time, all the way down to my 649th fortnight. They're still going to charge me $343 in interest every fortnight. So it's a non-reducing interest. It stays the same. But what happens in the real world is we have what we call a reducing balance loan, where our interest actually reduces. So the less we owe, the less our interest is. Okay, so let's think about it on this side now. Yes, after the first fortnight, I am going to owe the exact same amount. But then what happens is, in the second fortnight, my interest gets charged all over again, but on the new amount I have owing, not the $300,000. So now they say, okay, let's charge our interest on that amount that's in the account that they still owe and find out what that is. Sorry, I just realized my calculations are all right, but I was just forgetting that extra zero. The calculations, I was putting them in my calculator right, but I just wasn't writing that extra zero. Okay, so the second week, my interest here, when I charge it on that amount left owing, is $343.436, going on and on. Okay, so then I could say, all right, so that means after the second fortnight, I owe $299,643.845 plus my interest that's being charged, that's approximately 40 cents less, but then take off my repayment and see what I get. So now I only owe this much money. So then I say, okay, the next week we charge interest on that amount. So $299,287.2818 times by the amount. And I see what I have to pay in interest on my third repayment. $343.028118. So that is the interest I'd have to pay on my third fortnight. So then again, I would come back and I go, okay, so after my third fortnight, I owe my $299,287 plus the interest they're charging me that's slightly less this time, and then minus my $700 repayment. So my answer is $298,930.30 approximately. Okay, so let's look at this one now. The first fortnight, my interest was that same amount, but then the second fortnight, it was slightly less. The third fortnight, it was slightly less again. So see how the interest on my left-hand side stayed the same. But then the interest on my right-hand side, it changed. Or a better way to think of it, it reduced each time. So the less I owed, the less interest I was being charged. Whereas over on the left-hand side, it just it stayed at that interest rate the whole time. So the last thing is, let's think about this visually. If I represented both of these loans as a graph, the idea is my $300,000 that I owed, it's with this one here, it's slowly being paid off all the way down by the same amount each week, okay? Because that interest is the same and then my repayment's the same. So it's going to be, so that if this is my number of time periods, eventually it would get down to, what was it? 650 fortnights, yep. After 650 fortnights, it would get down to zero. And it's a straight line because the same amount is being paid off every week and the same amount of interest being charged every week. However, what happens with my reducing balance loan, when you get to 650, it actually looks like this. To start with, the interest is quite a lot, not much is being paid off, but then it's going to be end up paying your loan off quicker and quicker because it's going to be less and less and less interest every week that you're being charged, but you're still making that same $700 repayment. So over time, it's not the best graph, it will get quicker in paying off because there's going to be less interest charged every fortnight. Now, you are not expected to have to produce this idea, ever. But once again, it is important that you can understand the idea of what the difference is between a non-reducing balance loan and a reducing balance loan. At the end of the day, if those numbers did confuse you, just think of it like this. A non-reducing balance, that interest didn't change. Whereas a reducing balance, it reduced every time. The less you owed, the less interest you were charged.